So the chicken is cooking nicely, and now I added the same amount of mix of flour and cornstarch as I had when we started. This will certainly use up quite a bit. And it just works easier when whatever you're using, breadcrumbs, flour, whatever it is, that you have enough. This is going to be even a crispier coating. So you have the choice of doing it this way or just once. And that's it. Now we'll just wait until that chicken's finished. Now if you're using that electric deep fryer, which is a little deeper than this, usually fried chicken is done when it floats. Well, that won't be the case here because this isn't deep enough. But we're maintaining this 375 at the highest flame I have, so that's what you have to watch out for. Keep the temperature constant. And we're closing in on the 15-minute mark, and things are going well. When I was working in New Orleans, I stopped into a Popeyes fried chicken, and I looked in the back, and I noticed what they were doing. Liquid into the flour mix, back into the liquid, and deep fried it. We all know how good Popeyes fried chicken is. Well, just keep your eye on the thermometer temperature. We're reaching a little over 400, so I'm lowering the flame. That's because the chicken now is completely hot inside. So the oil is not cooling down any longer. So you make your adjustments, just lower a little. You don't want to go over 400. An electric one, I guess you don't have that problem. It has its own thermostat. So we're getting close to 10 minutes, and the chicken looks great. I turn it a little bit here and there. It feels nice and hard on the outside. That means that coating is going to be crispy. Well, we are now at the 15-minute mark, and to me, the way that chicken looks, it looks cooked. So I'm going to remove the chicken. I'll wait a few minutes. And I'll try a piece. Meanwhile, we have the rest of the chicken to cook, and that's what we're going to do. Now, I just happen to be using olive oil, but you don't have to. I'll cook all the thigh and save the 2 legs for the end. This way they'll cook evenly. Why don't I use a larger pot and get it all done at once? Well, I do very little deep frying. I just don't like fried food. I mean, I like fried food, but it's not the healthiest thing. So that's why I don't have an electric deep fryer. And the visual is better this way. If I use my deeper pot, you wouldn't be able to see as well. So I'm in no rush anyway. Well, let's just take a look at the chicken anyway. That happens to be my dog. When somebody passes the front window, he loves to say hello. So the chicken, look at the plate, look at the chicken. It's not as greasy as breaded chicken, which really absorbs the grease. And it's light and crispy, and I can't wait to bite into that, but I really don't like biting into very, very hot food. I like everything to be almost room temperature so I can just devour it. Well, I'm going to take a bite of that chicken thigh. I hope it's not too hot. So a little steaming, but as you can see, after 15 minutes, that's cooked, and that is crunchy. And I'm happy to say that the taste is perfect. The only difference is I added into the water another half a teaspoon of sea salt. So what we started with was a half a teaspoon of the garlic powder, onion powder, and sea salt to go onto the chicken, with a quarter a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and then the same thing into the water with an additional half a teaspoon of sea salt. And this is so good, and I don't think I'm going to save any for my wife. I'm going to wind up eating all of this. Just remember, 15 minutes, 375, you can come out with some juicy chicken.